Hey kids, this is Pastor Lois doing my Takeout Tuesday devotion in the form of a children's message, which is what I've been doing um, about as long as we've been doing Takeout Tuesday, right? Yeah. So, but adults get something out of them too. I hear from them, so I know this for sure. So I'm taking a look at the readings for March 21st. And by the way, I'm recording inside because it's a little windy outside and I have some papers I want to show you. Well, I'm taking a look at the readings for March 21st, and the gospel reading is kind of weird. I wanted to talk to you about one particular sentence in it. And it's when Jesus is talking to Andrew and Philip and probably some of the other disciples. And this is what he says. Very truly I tell you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains just a single grain, but if it dies, it bears much fruit. So, what is a grain of wheat? Yeah, it's a little tiny piece of the wheat plant. It's the seed. So, what's this the seed of? I have a picture here. It's an acorn, yeah. And that's the seed of the oak tree. Now, when this acorn starts to become an oak tree, what's it going to look like? Does it look like that? No. Something happens to the acorn. Yeah. When it becomes an oak tree, it looks like this. It has these roots and then the branches with leaves. But you don't see the acorn anymore, even though it's the same plant. It's the same plant, and yet it's different. And that's kind of what Jesus is trying to tell his disciples, that he needs to change, that he's going to die, but 3 days after he dies, he's going to be resurrected. He's going to come back from the dead and eventually ascend into heaven, go up into heaven. But he's still going to be Jesus, but he's going to be different. And matter of fact, we'll read other stories, like the road to Emmaus, where he walks along with two of his friends, and they don't even recognize them until they have dinner together. So Jesus is still going to be Jesus, but yet Jesus is going to be different. And because of him being resurrected, and because of him ascending into heaven, he's going to be able to continue to do things for us and do more for us. Not only the teachings of Jesus that we'll have, but because he dies and comes back in a different form, that that he's able to save us from our sins, and that he's able to promise us that someday we can have a life like his after death. And that is really, really good news.